For lesson 10.1 for chapter 10, we are working on representing data with different types of graphs. The first graph we learned about today was being able to read a picture graph. And we know that a picture graph will always have a title for us at the beginning. The title is going to tell us what our graph is about. Then we have our objects over here on the side that tells us what we are comparing. And then we also learned that we have symbols such as the stick figure. Sometimes there's a circle or an X, and that represents one child. So when we look at it in our picture, the students have learned that each symbol stands for a certain number of things. It's always going to, in first grades, just stand for one child. So looking at the graph, they have to be able to answer the questions. The first one says, how many children chose bikes? That one should be pretty basic for them. They just have to read across and see that there are 8 children. Number 2 gets a little more tricky. How many children chose skating and running? That's saying and. We know and is for addition. And so they need to be able to say 2 plus 4 would be 6. Number 3 should be pretty basic. Which activity do the most children choose? That's just comparing 8 to 2 to 4 and seeing that most of them chose bikes. At the bottom, the problem solving. It says write a number sentence to solve the problem. Use the picture graph at the top. How many more children chose bikes than skating? This is where it gets tricky. The word how many more is comparing, and whenever we're comparing, we know we use subtraction. So it said, forgot what it said, how many more children choose bikes than skating? So we look at bikes. Bikes has 8, skating has 2. So our subtraction sentence would be 8 take away 2 equals 6 to get 6 more children. On the back side of the homework, there's a new graph for them to look at, a picture graph. Each smiley face stands for one child. And it says how many children do chores at home? That would be the yes. And so they can see that it would be 8 children. Number 2, how many more children answered yes than no? That's comparing. That's when we take the yeses, subtract the no's. 8 take away 6 is 2, so it's 2 more. And at the bottom is the spiral review. First one, number 3, is going back to chapter 7. What number is 10 less than 82? If we're talking about 10 less, we know we look at the tens place. Instead of 8 tens, we would take 1 10 away to get 7 tens for 72. And count forward, what is the missing number? Just counting one at a time.